Why do kids hate crust? I always get a kick out of these posts, because it really highlights a difference in what people will tolerate. There are foods I've eaten out of boredom that some people in this thread would probably consider up there with waterboarding if they were forced to eat it. Meanwhile, I will literally lose my lunch if I have to eat olives. Taste buds are funny. I don't know, because I was never one of those kids. I've loved crust for as long as I can remember. Funny, growing up dirt poor I never did this. I was hungry and happily ate the entire sandwich. I didn't know this was a thing until I got to college. The bread crusts never tasted bitter to me. My kids never had this issue either. I never cut off the crusts and they ate all of their sandwich. To each their own, I guess. Children can be sensitive to changes in texture and food. Adult here, it tastes burnt, bitter. I'll still eat it, but it's not in any way enjoyable. This is why New York has the best pizza, because the crust is, while different than the pizza itself, delicious. Adult and I don't like crust. Doesn't have much flavor to me. Helps that I'm not a fan of just eating bread. I am an adult and I still think it's shit. I will eat it because I am poor and hungry, but the crust of a pizza has never been the best part. It's just bland, dry, plain. There's not really much going on compared to the flavor town that resides in the middle part. As an adult, I hate crust. It's tasteless, chewy, and takes up room in my stomach when I could eat another piece of pizza for the good bit. My toddler loves crust. He'll only eat what he calls the bread crust of pizza. It has little flavor and a tough texture. Some crusts hurt your mouth. I loved that stuff as a kid. I'm a lifelong crust enjoyer. The crust was my favorite part as a kid. Still is actually. I love to bake, and my baker's epitaph will be the crust was the best part. I used to like crust as a kid, then my godmother decided to mess with me and tell me that eating it would make my hair curly. I've never touched it again. Different texture and taste. I am quite happy to take my kids' excess crusts, as well as the ends of the loaf. I didn't like it BC, it was dry. It's just like Ike eating thick paper on your sandwich. Ike, I eat my crust not, but you can't lie, it's not the best part of the sandwich. Kids don't hate it. They just never learn to like it because their parents cut it off for them. My 3-year-old loves bread crust and sometimes eats around a slice, leaving the inner part. Flavor and texture. It doesn't taste like the yummy part of the bread. It's not as tasty.